Right, myself AGT here with the instant match reaction from outside the Kop. I have to say, it's gone very quiet for a Christmas spirit. I thought there'd be a few more pints being drunk outside the wonderful park pub establishment that we find ourselves out for the last 6 years. But no, smash that like button, get your comments in, thoughts on the game, who played well, who didn't. Liverpool get the 3 points, but once again they make hard work of it after a lacklustre second half, in which Liverpool actually lost the second half 1-0 to a team that still doesn't have as many points as a triangle. Still only 2 points for Wolves. But listen, whilst we're on the subject of Wolves, I think with the death and the passing of Dogo, it's been almost forgotten. Maybe I'm wrong. It's been forgotten sometimes that he made such an impact at Wolves. He was such a star and icon for Wolves, wearing the number 18 shirt, playing for them in the Premier League, the Championship and in Europe as well. And you know, he's their player as much as Liverpool's, and I think from minute 18 to minute 20 today, the class was just oozing out of both sets of supporters. They did their song, he's the number 18 for them, we did ours on the 20th minute. Jose Sarr definitely appreciated the kind of warmth at the end of the game. He was clapping the Kop. And it was another beautiful moment to see his beautiful children being the mascots today, which I think, you know, and I was in the Kop right when they ran on the pitch, and when they ran off they got a big cheer. Very emotional day for Ruta, of course, and the Jota family. But I have to say, real big credit to Wolverhampton Wanderers. It's a proper football club and I don't want them to go down. As Mario said, let's try and keep Wolves up, but they need to start winning. And actually, if there was a team that were going to score towards the end, it was probably Wolves and not Liverpool, by the way. So let's get into it. We start the game off, Chiesas on the pitch, right? We're loving life. Someone that I've been calling, as you know, on this channel to start for the Reds under Arne Slot for such a long time. Finally gets that starting berth. Did he do much to maybe keep himself in the team for the Leeds game? I'd say no. But I think just the statement of saying, right, Chiesa, you are starting today, I think it is, maybe he's repairing the bridge that might already be broken with Federico in terms of that trust and, you know, his willingness to start games, which he's always keen for, but honestly hasn't really done it at all. He seems to go back to this Plymouth game which we lost. It wasn't just Chiesa's fault, but starts the game. And again, no Dominic Szoboszlai today. I think that was something that no one's mentioned on the fan cams tonight. Definitely missed him in terms of that first presser. And the early exchanges were pretty flat. I mean, Hugo Ekitike does hit the post fairly early on from some nice work. And then the first goal, again, super work from Jeremy Frimpong. That's 2 weeks in a row where he's got to the byline, cuts inside, kind of drops the shoulder and gets the ball in. He knocks it back, and I had a great angle of it. Gravenberch side foot, passes it into the far corner. Fantastic finish. And at that point you're thinking, right, let's open the floodgates, let's try and score 3, 4, 5, let's try and embarrass Wolves here a little bit in football terms. And that second goal comes, and Liverpool are on such a high after the first one. We get the ball high up the pitch, and Ekitike slides it through to Florian Wirtz. And I have to say, I think he was my man of the match today. The way he keeps the ball is fantastic. I actually think he's got a little bit stronger since he's joined Liverpool in terms of his physicality, not getting knocked off it so easily. But that second goal and Florian Wirtz's first goal, massive moment. It's what we've all been waiting for. He puts the ball in the back of the net. You know, really good link-up play between him and the number 9, and it's a tidy finish. Look, it's not the most beautiful, you know, curled in the far corner finish we're ever going to see, but it's a goal nonetheless. And Liverpool's number 7 finally has lift-off in the Premier League when it comes to scoring a goal. I know he got a really cool assist last week. So actually, in the last 2 weeks, I would say that Florian is slowly becoming our best player. I think when you look at on paper across the season, look, we're underwhelmed, aren't we, in terms of the output, but I think the eye test, what he's actually doing on the pitch when you watch him in the stadium, he floats, he's not really tracked down by anyone, he picks the ball up in really dangerous places, and when you're playing against a team like Wolves, it has that super low block. I mean, you saw why Arsenal struggled against Wolverhampton Wanderers. They were super compact. You know, I think they made one mistake which led to the second goal. They should have kept that ball when Ekitike nicks it off them. But they were always going to be difficult to break down today. They always were. I think taking that Arsenal match as an example, they really had to work for it. They scored 2 own goals. Arsenal didn't even score. Arsenal scored another own goal today, the jammy gits. But anyway, Florian Wirtz, massive moment, the number 7, brilliant of him. Best player in the last 2 weeks there for the Reds. So really happy with his performance today. But at half-time, you're thinking it's 2-0. Surely we go on and get the third and the fourth. What was said in that half-time team talk, we're not sure. But pretty much soon after it, they score a goal. And again, it's one of those silly goals that you concede where you think, if we just win that header, the second ball doesn't bounce, he taps it into an empty net. They have a couple of headers that fly over, a couple of crosses that go into that corridor of uncertainty that definitely scared us towards the end. And if that game ran on for 10 more minutes, maybe Wolves would have scored. But how much do you want to weigh the bad performance against the result today? For me, I'm going to say, listen, I'm disappointed with the overall performance, definitely in the second half, in a half which we actually lost 1-0, if you look at it like that way. I'm going to say, look, I'm 30% bothered about the performance, but 70% of me just goes, do you know what, take the win. And I'm going to check my phone right now and see the Premier League table. Yes, it's obviously going to change. Aston Villa and Chelsea play, or they've just kicked off now, it's 5:30 here. But it's a strong result for Liverpool on paper. It's a strong result on paper, right? We go into 4th, 32 points there, 5 points behind the Villa. We go 2 above Chelsea. Obviously that can change. But Liverpool's bench today, I mean, there were so many injuries and suspensions today that we didn't really know how we were going to line up. But it was a 4-2-3-1 with McAllister in the 10. Trey Naoni came on. Cody Gakpo, made his presence felt at the end. Conor Bradley was fantastic. That sliding tackle at that near post, not even on his side to clear the danger. But Endo, Gomez, Isak, Szoboszlai and Leone all still out. And of course, Mohamed Salah 2 from 2 in the AFCON. So well done to him. But that Bueno goal really rattled Liverpool. But they, like I said, if they had better players, a little bit more quality on the pitch, they could have really got the draw. And that would have been a disaster. If Liverpool drew this game, it would have been a disaster. The draw would have been a disaster for Liverpool today. So to get that win, you can never take a win in the Premier League for granted. And look, individually, Kerkez was really good today. A couple of slip-ups and giving the ball away. But overall, there was one on the left-hand side, right, where he's got 3 players around him. He's on the ball, looking like he's obstructed the ball. And he's actually got squirmed away and he's gone down the line. And it was fantastic from Kerkez. And that's why he is, Liverpool starting left-back at the minute. Frimpong, fantastic assist. Curtis Jones, silky as ever. Florian Wirtz, silky as ever. Ekitike didn't score, didn't really have any chances today apart from that shot where he hits the post. But aside from that, there's not many other things to talk about in a positive light. But the takeaway headline today is Florian Wirtz scores his first goal for Liverpool. So that's in the bank. Vamos. And then we go into that Leeds game on January the 1st, dishing out a bit of revenge after they got a draw against us a few weeks ago. But listen, it's one of those where you take it, you hope that the performance in the next game is 10 times better. Intensity needs to be better. There will be more quality with Leeds as opposed to Wolves. So listen, it's one of those that we take. And what a weird year 2025 has been for Liverpool. For the city and obviously the club. As we stand outside here right now, I think it's 26 wins from 50 odd games, which isn't good enough overall. I think it might be 27, 28 wins across the calendar year. But that is unbeaten in 7. We did win the league 6 months ago. One of our players did pass away, so it's been one of the most crazy emotional years for Liverpool and the fans. So it's gone now. It's wrapped up, right? We can look forward to Leeds 2026, fresh slate, new year, new ideas, new tactics, new players hopefully, and we go in from there. So 2-1, we take it. Let us know your man of the match in the comments, and we go again for Leeds. Take care, all the best. Happy 2025. What am I on about? Happy 2020. Do you know what? I'll save that for Leeds because it's not even thing yet. So smash the like button, get your comments in. From the last time outside Anfield in 2025. Take care.